Everybody, it's Myra Geek, also known as Vamp Mario, and we are back. Told you guys I'd be back. Errands took a little longer than I thought, so we are a little later than our projected time, but we're gonna get back to some art. So I'm gonna get back to working on some of the cards, and you guys get a first-hand look at us preparing for the show. I might do some digital stuff on this stream as well. But these are custom greeting cards that I did. So what you're looking at is kind of a silly, cartoony, like little kid version of Iceman. So I'm just painting. I'm just wrapping this one up, so you can see his like little X logo that he's got on there. And if you are familiar with a certain artist, which is Scotty Young. He did like kid versions of Iceman, and in that version, he was like a block of ice. I kind of like that idea. So if Iceman was just made of like one big block of ice as a little kid, and he's gonna like have a snowball fight now with the other kids. So I'm just, so it's just like really over the top stylized Iceman. And we're going to work on these cards. I'm going to work on some sketch cards. We're going to work on just getting a lot of stuff done. I might even do a sketch cover. I don't know. But I'm going to definitely work on practical artwork. So it's going to be all... well, not. I shouldn't say that. I might do some digital stuff. If I feel like we're at a good spot with this stuff, then I might do some of... We have some of the channel stuff. Because I also have some holiday art and some channel art that I want to do. Because I want to do some more tier, create some more tier badges, create some more tiered stuff. But I had to go run some errands, so I was detained. And as always, if you guys have questions, comments, please let me know. And if you want to see more of my artwork, you can definitely go to my website through our social links. If you want to score some stuff with my artwork on it, or with my my styled stuff, you can jump to the QR code you see next to the screen. And we will be back tonight with a hobby painting video. I'm just going to be on for a little bit longer because I shortchanged you guys a little bit in the last video, because literally I had my car serviced, and the minute I like started streaming, of course they called and they were like, "Oh, your car's ready," and I'm like, "Oh." And I'm just gonna get over to this. There we go. So I know some of the folks last night were saying that they might not be able to make... Oh, geez. Oh, boy. I know some people last night were saying that they weren't going to be able to make the art stream, but now that I kind of parsected it into two parts, maybe people are able to make it. I did that thing where I messed up. All right. And I'm just using Micron pens right now. And then I'm going to use alcohol markers next. And these are not quick. I don't want to call them quick sketch cards, because they're not. They're not quick sketch cards, but they're definitely going to be, to keep them kind of the price that a normal greeting card will be. I'm not going to go too crazy, but I'm definitely going to try to make them look good. But yeah, this is Kid Iceman, which means that I need something more proper. And if you guys are interested, I'll just show off one of the other stickers I did. This is one of the stickers I'm going to be selling at the show. This is kind of my take on a certain someone that y'all might be familiar with. And then we're going to have some holiday stickers, which I'm probably going to put some of these holiday stickers in the general store once we're done with the show. I'm kind of debuting them at the show. So we got a snowman rocking out to a surfboard. It's a sort of summertime snow. We got a little elf painting a toy there. And then we got some more my take on some stuff from aka Christmas and or another holiday that you might be familiar with. My little Christmas mouse. So I have a little holiday mouse getting presents. Got a big thing of cheese he's trying to eat. And then I did do some fun, but these are going to be one-off kind of things. I did my take on some Pokemon stickers. I also have some of my own inspired characters that there'll be stickers of, so I'm sprinkling some of these in. And we do have a channel holiday sticker that's going to go up. I did all of that, and then I didn't go actually get the thing I did. I want to try this blue out because I don't know. The blues in here, some of the blues, I think that one's got a little bit, it's more a turquoise-y blue. And I think this is a more... So that is definitely a darker blue. And that's a lighter blue, okay. I think once the color gets on this one, the idea will make more sense. Because right now it's hard to I think it's hard to visualize what I'm doing in this one without the color. A lot of wind today. It's another like windy day outside. Let's see what we got. Oh, geez. Shared viewership. Alright, sorry, guys. Oh, okay. It's just them trying to push the collab. Which I do want to do collab with some people and with some folks. I do want to do some collab. I want to help out. I gotta get back on track with a buddy of mine. They were looking to get some help with streaming stuff. and I want to help them out. And then I think we might, my hope too is that we, once they're on, it'd be kind of neat to do like a drawing collab. I would love that. I would love to do something where there's like a drawing element to it. And then just there's a few, even hopefully soon, there's even a few people that we have, through the channel that I know are intending or planning to possibly kind of get back into streaming, and I would love to collab with them as well. So hopefully this makes it a little bit more obvious that this is in fact Iceman. I'm just trying to do a little bit of darker shadows, and then I'm going to do the lighter gray for that. Want to make it nice. I was going to say, I talked about Franco earlier this stream because a lot of what I'm doing now, I really feel like it's very much making me think of him. It's very inspired by him. I do it slightly differently, but it's kind of the same idea with these kinds of things. So really trying to look at the forms and the shapes. Which, if you don't know Franco, if you've ever seen a Tidy Titans book, he would be the person. Him and Art Baltazar, two extremely awesome people, in the world of comics. But I feel I'm getting very much his vibes when I'm doing what I'm doing right now, because I'm trying to approach it kind of the way he does. Watching his process, watching him draw, watching Art draw, it's just amazing. Because since this is toned paper, I am using the paper. So this kind of technique where you use the paper as part of the artwork is always cool, and it gives a sense of really quick, strong light. And I love doing this kind of stuff. And it's very fitting for the style, because Skottie Young does this kind of stuff in his style very much. And if you don't know Skottie Young, again, I've never met Skottie Young. That's the dream of mine to meet him. But he did Little Marvels. Oh wait, no, he didn't. I just gave him credit for something he didn't do. I Hate Fairyland is one thing that comes to mind. The Wizard of Oz was another. But Skottie Young, you've seen his covers. He always does. He's basically become a cover artist, and it's always little kid versions. Little kid versions of Marvel characters. So it is them as kids. So very exaggerated, very stylized, but just beautiful artwork. And I kind of like it. So it has that sort of the way I could describe my style, which is a little bit of like if American Western cartooning met anime. Oh, this is not. So this is really not a gray. It's kind of a gray. I want to use this gray instead, because that's more what my natural style is. It's more like, yeah, that's the gray I want. That's like got a little. That gray's got like a little bit more yellow in it. I mean, it's nice when you mix it with the other gray, but That's what I would say my natural style is. It's like if um Western anime. So I always say like if the Batman animated series animation or the Batman animated series characters kind of got merged into an anime character that's it's kind of in a mid ground somewhere there. And again, guys, if you like what you're seeing, please consider following the channel, signing up for notifications, become a subscriber to the channel as well. Being a subscriber gets you a lot of good perks. It's ad-free viewing, so you don't see ads anymore when you are watching. Also, you get additional emotes. And if you're into tabletop hobbying, you'll get access to our painter streams that are once a month. So those are also happening as well. So you get access to those. If our art community videos start to do a little bit well and we get like a little bit of traction with them, I will consider doing I will consider doing a let's see if I blend that, if that works. I will, oh yeah, that looks nice on top of that. If they do better, I will consider doing you know, other videos. Doing an art member stream. But our art videos would have to do a lot better. Now, also, the time that I'm doing the art videos, we do them normally at noon on Mondays and Thursdays. I was trying those times out. It's been a couple of weeks now, and I'm kind of not liking them at that time. So I think I may have to consider a new time. So if you're watching this video, now actually today was an interesting day because I got to do videos at different times, and I don't know if, you know, this will be a cool experiment because I never did videos at this time. Never did videos around like 4. I mean, Thursdays we could probably make this swing, but I definitely wouldn't be able to do it on other days. So if I see people digging it, then I can definitely do it. But oh, that looks kind of cool. All right. I'm actually really liking these cards. It's funny. I did mostly holiday cards and like wintry cards, but technically this card, if you just had somebody that was into X-Men and you wanted to make it their birthday card, all the cards are blank inside. So I didn't want to do text because I figured everybody would put in their own messages, and then I'll let you guys in on a little secret. But the other reason I didn't put any text inside is because then I can sell them as just custom greeting cards, and you know, somebody could buy it, give it to somebody as a special card. So I wanted to leave the door open for people to do what they please with the cards. And I'm realizing, although some of them are wintry themed, like this one, it's not specific to like holiday, so it's just wintry. So if you got somebody that's like I said, a big X-Men fan, but they but you want to get them a card for the holidays or a card for their birthday, because some of us have. Oh yeah, I like that. And then I'll do the other one in yellow. I have a yellow. I actually really like this one. This came out really cool. And I'm getting them done pretty fast, which is... And it's a refresh just to do like some... This is good too, because this is a warm-up. The next 2 days are like warming me up, because I'm going to do custom... I'll do commissions at the show too, so... That would be good. I want to do orange in there. I want to do an orange. That's a brown. I don't know if I have orange. I thought I had orange. Or did my orange... Oh, there it is. I was just saying, did my orange dry out? I think this orange is starting to dry out. Because the last show I did, I had to do Phoenix. I had to do a Phoenix commission, so like all my oranges went. Ooh, I really like that. That's really cool. Is there anywhere else on Iceman that I would do maybe a little bit of the darker? No, I don't think so. Maybe we could extend this out with this so it becomes a shadow. That would look kind of cool. I gotta say, these are not the best alcohol markers, but they do the job. They actually are not that bad. I'm actually surprised. I think the thing I like more about them is the fine tip side, because that's really nice. Because then I can do color detailing, which is like really nice in here. So I can make some of the coloring a little bit more dramatic, which I kind of like. And certain colors that are in this thing are like really well done colors. I just want to do a little bit inside of here. Yeah. So what I do, this technique that I'm doing now, where I'm kind of like blocking the colors, I do color markers like this. Some people do it a different way, but I do it like this, and I'll tell you the reason why. Because like I said, I use the paper as part of the equation. So because I have white paper, so instead of having to do anything, I'm gonna leave the white trim to be my highlight. But what this does is it lets me keep adding to the shapes, and eventually I'm gonna come to a point where I'm gonna say I like what I've done, and I'm gonna stop. Especially for this character, because he's made of ice. So that looks nice. He looks like an ice cube now, because I've done all of this this work. So I like this. This is really coming out cool. But I will have holiday merch hit the store, because We're definitely gonna have a few things that I'm gonna want to sell through the store because it is just it's been not some of the greatest news known to man because we definitely have had some delays on things. Um, so I'm a little annoyed on that. Let's see. I'm gonna grab this blue. What's up, everybody? I'm doing some custom greeting cards for an upcoming show that I'm doing. We're gonna be doing a lot of fine art kind of stuff today, but we might do some digital too. But I'm just gonna do some sky, some clouds. Maybe draw a couple of snowflakes in this, like little snowflake. So it's like a wind blowing through. So what this is little kind of kitty Iceman. So if you're familiar with Scotty Young, I don't know how many comic book folks out there are familiar with his work, but he always does little kid versions of all the heroes. So I'm kind of riffing that a little bit. So we got a little Ice Cube Iceman, and that's how he does Iceman. He always draws him with a big ice cube head. And we're also going to be I'm going to be doing some sketch cards, some other stuff. So we're getting ourselves prepared. Also going to be doing some channel art stuff, probably to break up a little bit, but it all depends on how far we get on these guys. Because I want to get at least the ones, because I sketched out about 10 of them. I want to get them all done, and then I want to start to think of some other ideas. But as always, when we do a stream, guys, if you have any questions, comments, I'm all ears, especially if it's about art. I'd love to hear about art you yourself are doing. So if you are an artist and you got some stuff in the pipeline, or just art you like to do, or even art you like to see, all that would be cool. And we do art streams usually twice a week, Monday and Thursdays at noon. But today got a little messed up because I had some appointments that I had to take care of. So, and of course it was right when I was starting streaming. So it's kind of funny. So we only worked for like a little tiny bit of time, and then we had to jump off. So I apologize to anyone that was on the other stream, and like we had to end it early. I apologize for that. Oh my god, my head is so, it's like spinning because of all the ideas that I have in my head now. Oh, actually, you know what? Well, it was on the sky. Well, technically, the way light works, it would reflect on the snow a little bit. So I'll put a little bit of this on the snow. Do you guys like what you see? Do you think it looks interesting? Would you pay money for this art if it was in front of you? Unfortunately, I can't sell the cards I'm doing, but that is a fun, interesting idea for a stream where I would love to do that. Where I actually do live art and I sell it, but not today. Unfortunately, I can't. But I was gonna say, if you're in the New York area, I will be at Woodland High School at a holiday show on Saturday. right, another done card. I'm going to move things around. And if you guys want to see, for those that are watching the stream, these are the cards that we finished so far. So if you are a Haunted Mansion fan, you might know who these folks are. So that is the Hitchhiking Ghosts in Christmas attire. We have Kang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Even he gets a present during Christmas time. Probably from his henchmen. And then we have Santa Claus himself, of course. Had to do a Santa Claus card. Did some gingerbread. Did some mice building a snowman. And then what you guys just saw, which was Kid Iceman ready for a snowball fight. Alright, next up. Now we're going to be doing some inking and finishing. So I would hope everybody knows who this guy is. But I do have to grab a picture of Spider-Man because... But for those that might not know, that'd be Spider-Man. Kind of my stylized Spider-Man. But you'd be surprised in all the time and all of the years that I've been drawing. And I mean, this is my own like stylized Spider-Man. So, but obviously a little bit more cartoony. But obviously, I'm just gonna put in some stuff, some anatomy stuff that I want to make him a little bit more realistic. I'm just gonna put a few pieces of anatomy in here that I didn't. One thing I always do with Spider-Man, and it's just my take, I always make his eyes a little bit more like intense, which I don't really need to do that, but I always do it. The thing I always screw up with Spider-Man is his suit. I've always messed it up. I don't know why my brain just can't remember it. Well, it's too late for me to fix that. Actually, I might be able to finagle cheat that a little bit. And the other thing that I do a lot, I don't give him muscles. I always make him like cartoony and go that way. But I'm gonna bring those muscles back in just so he looks a little bit more like Spider-Man. I might be able to salvage that if I cheated a little bit. Yeah. So I'm just what I'm doing now, guys, is I'm just editing some anatomy stuff. So it gets a little closer to a realistic anatomy. All right. Because it's funny, you actually need the anatomy to draw the suit right. And I think that's the more comedic part of it, is that I probably always get the suit wrong because I don't draw the anatomy right. Because in perfect sense, it hugs his body. So what do I mean by that? I'm just going to get this pencil in here. Because this card's so nice. I did such a nice job. I really don't want to... I don't want to have to rethink and redo this. So there's just little edits, little things. And then this is going to be that, which means that that's going to have that in it. And then that's behind the hand, so we don't see that. And, oh yeah, you guys get to hear artist me talking. And then I always forget that his suit... And this is why I never get it right, because you have to go this... right, which is the real suit, and then underneath all this is the suit, and that is the number one reason I get it wrong, because I always, and that's why I say you have to get his anatomy right, because technically, by the way I drew this, if you want to get his suit accurate, that's what's supposed to happen. And then what's now happened is his arm is so truncated, because it's supposed to live on a bicep. It's supposed to be his bicep part of his arm and the forearm. The forearm is the glove, which is like the regular Spider-Man kind of glove. Because what happens to his fingers is that eventually they turn into that at the ends. and then the rest of it becomes the spider pattern, and it comes out from, it goes cross, oh no, it just goes cross, right, and then his arm, that's what happens. So this, okay, got it. So then this becomes the spider pattern of like what is on his mask. Yeah, this is, I always, suits of characters, like clothing, that's always the thing. Like if I have to do references, usually, it's for that stuff, because I always do it wrong. Yeah, and then this goes into a straight pattern. Yeah, they were smart. They were, you know, they were smart when they created Spider-Man, his character design, because they were like, we're not going to do this every single time. But you have to get all those details in, or it's not Spider-Man. Right, and then we have this down here, which I'm going to just infer it off camera. And then what would happen here is this would be blue. And then we would kind of stop with that, with the bicep. And then technically, this gets completely confusing. And then technically we'd have, so it's that way. So the other, yeah, then it's got to be the other way. It's got to be the other way. Okay. I wanted to get all that done so I can ink all that. Now, other big thing, which I always mess up, which you would think is the easiest thing not to mess up, is the spider in his chest. Alright, so we've inferred the spider, we've inferred everything else, we got his costume all settled, I think. Because this is all blue, blue, blue. Alright, now I have to do this. In his, yeah, so this is going to be rounded. And then it's going to go round, and then it's going to go round, and then it's going to go round. So when we go round, yeah. That's the other part that is super freaking confusing about Spider-Man. Is that you have this, his pattern on his suit. So you have to connect those lines, which can be super confusing to get all the webbing on his costume right. I feel like there are some artists out there that do it so brilliantly. One of those being Todd McFarlane. He had a way of just inferring the lines, so you didn't have to draw all of them, which was so nice. Yep, and then these lines have to extend up. So that's what's crazy about Spider-Man. Every time you draw one of these web lines, you have to connect it back. So what I should have done is do them through his whole body, but because you have to do it all over. His costume has them all over. So I just want to do at least one line under his neck, so it's all done. All right. All right, that's going to make me dizzy to work on it like that. I'm going to ink it this way, but the idea of the card is that it's upside down Spider-Man, that he's hanging upside down, which is why his scarf is going this way, although his hat's not the right way. But that was the joke of the card, because you're going to open it up and he's upside down. So I'll probably, so at the show, I'm sure I'm going to say 1,000 times over to people, oh, he's just upside down. What time is it? Okay. All right, I'm going to get a fine, we're not going to do those lines. All right, so there are, let's fix these lines, because now, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a larger outline so that I'm giving a little bit of interest to his outline which is going to make them stand out, but it's also going to be a way that I can hide this other line or this other ink line that's the wrong ink line. So I'm going to do that in a couple of places so that I can readjust his anatomy to support what I just changed. But for all the web stuff, I want to do that with a finer pen, because right now this pen's a little bit on the thick side. So I usually use this guy to go back into areas where I did a little too thin of a line, and I do this to make that line stand out a little bit more, so that stuff appears to be in front. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being understanding about like why I had to change up our streams this week, because I really got to get a lot of creative work done, and so I'm using it as our content. So I do appreciate it, especially with the news that that one of the products I thought we were going to have for the show is actually not going to be coming. So that really kind of made me irked. So that's why more of this stuff, more of my like handmade art is going to be a really big is going to be a much bigger part of what we're doing now. So really got to get moving on it. So, but I guess it's kind of fun because I know on the hobby channel, on the hobby stuff we do, I always talk about how I am an artist and I draw, and I do like come from a fine art background. So now you guys get to see a little bit of it. And and I'm trying to build this aspect of the channel so that we kind of have two avenues that we always stream and take a look at. So if you like this, please consider following the channel. I know I'm doing less of those streams, but like I said, we're gonna play with the time frame for this stuff, because the 12 o'clock time frame. That was a good catch what I just did. Because the 12 o'clock time frame to me is not working as well. So I would like to play around, see if there's better times. But I know, like everything else in life, I don't want to throw in the towel too quickly. Oh, I have no 5. Oh, I should have bought a 5 while I was out. All right. Yeah, this is gonna be just like crazy. I love Spider-Man, but he is a little on the crazy side when it comes to like details and stuff. Oh, like he definitely has a ton of details. So I will say I am always impress with artists that can, you know, really do a good job with him, because he is a tough character to draw, because there's a lot of details and style that you have to really remember when you're doing him. I mean, yes, he's got a basic form like every other character, but not only do you have to do like all the traditional comic book stuff of like good anatomy and all that stuff, but you also have to you have to get all these costume details right, which is why a lot of artists like have, they've definitely played with his costume over the years, and like definitely with a lot of the alternate Spider-Mans, you'll notice that they did they did their thing. They did what they thought was right in character design and character concept. But like I said, Todd McFarlane, because that's one of the versions of Spider-Man. I mean, obviously the classic Spider-Man I know too, but Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man is probably the one that I had the most like growing up attachment to. And he was just very methodical and just, again, just amazing. Just the way he economized all of this. So he drew it, but he didn't. So economizing means he didn't give you every single little hit, and it was a little like scratchier and a little like a little less clean, almost like a little bit more like living ink kind of feel. I made his fingers too fat too, but I can't fix that now. What I can do a little bit is I can make these a little bit more close together, which might fix the issue, like if they're bunched together. But I should have made his fingers. He has very like bony fingers, Spider-Man. And again, that's because he's supposed to be a teenager. He's younger, so he's a little bit more awkward. So I did not do a great job with that. Again, I drew him a little bit more cartoonish, which is my style. I mean, that is my style, and that's okay. There are many artists that have drawn him cartoonish. I know I gave away the pro secret. The pro secret to how you draw something upside down. Turn around and draw it right side up. Because your brain, it's going to be harder for your brain to process it the wrong way up. And then when you turn it upside down, it'll look right. The only thing you have to do is remember, and that's what I didn't do with the hat, but that's kind of funny. Because definitely in the mechanics of Spider-Man, there have been plenty of times he's been upside down. And artists don't always get the mechanics right. As long as it looks good, because again, it is stylized. So I should do a cityscape behind him. I kind of drew the Spider-Man and then I didn't think really through most of the rest of it, so. But I wanted to have something that was a little bit more highly detailed and a little bit more like had a little bit more to it. And again, because this is a holiday show, I did want things to have a holiday feel to it, but I also wanted to keep true to the fact that I am like a comic book and cartooning guy, and also, if, like I said before, my little dirty secret with these is if they don't sell, at least this could still be used as a general card, or I mean, some of them are more Christmassy. This is, again, more that wintry theme. Alright, let's see how we did. Probably going to have to go in and fix a couple of things. I'm sure. But I did go back over a couple of things, so it might already look pretty nice. funny. I'm erasing, but then I'm going to draw some buildings. So I don't know why I just did that, but I felt like I needed to do it so I could see a little bit more how the Spider-Man part of it is looking. That I messed up. I made that too small. But that's why I kind of redid it just to make sure. No, I would have thought a drawing of Spider-Man would have gotten some people on the chat. Okay. It's very interesting. The art community here is very, very interesting. But I think I'm going to do... Nah, I'm probably not going to do a Dragon Ball card. I was thinking of doing Dragon Ball greeting cards, but my problem with doing the Dragon Ball greeting cards or like that kind of stuff... Oh, no. This is where I start messing up. I keep hitting the line just like a little bit after it, and that's going to make it look dirty. But I wanted to redo these lines because they're looking too... They're a little too delicate. I like them being somewhat delicate, but I want to draw your eye, so... Yeah, so this is part of why I say I make Spider-Man's eyes sometimes a little too serious, and they should be a little bit bigger, because if you look now, they're so delicate that it's hard for the eyes to see through. I mean, once I color it, it'll look better, but I think I did that lines wrong. All right, hold on. Let's do a little bit of editing to this finger. I think it'll still look okay. This is the fun part about drawing Spider-Man. Is that because his hands are all because he's all like webbing and stuff. Oh no, this is gonna... I can make this work. So I did a little bit of quick editing. Just going to clean this up now. And I'm just going to make this look a little nicer. And then this looks a little bit like I did it on purpose. Alright, sorry guys. I had to sort of fix Spider-Man here. I'm just trying to make it look like all of that was planned. So now his whole outline just looks a little bit more thick, which makes it look like that was a little bit more planned. I'm just going to make this look a little bit more deliberate as well. I just want to give like little spurts of that so it doesn't look totally out of place. And then for something like that, it's like a cut line of his muscle. Just like emphasizing some of the more muscular parts of him. Okay. There we go. So I think I have successfully managed to make this look pretty boss, pretty nice. Alright, so now comes the cityscape part, which I said I was going to put in. And this you, of course, want to do right side up. Because you want to have... And that will also tell the audience that he's upside down. So that is the thing I did not have in this picture until now. Which honestly should have been one of the first things I put in the picture. Because it really does help you to understand the method of what I was doing here. So I'm going to do one of those. I love artists that do this in any cityscape. You just kind of put random windows. So it's giving, again, that impression that there is a city and there is like windows happening in the city. But it's like you're not drawing every single window. My favorite, I use that a lot as an artist, like economy. I love that idea of economizing. So like that, you know, where you're inferring that there's a ton of leaves on a tree, but you don't draw all the leaves. You infer that there is okay. And then here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Should have pulled that. Oh no, I should have pulled out a ruler. I'm pretty good. Oh no, it's all gonna go downhill now. I mean, the good news is I'm gonna do this in silhouette. Well, I'm gonna do it in a silhouetted color, so you guys will see when I get things out. So if I really mess up the ink, I can save it with what I'm gonna do. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I know I never did do. Oh, man. There's another thing I wanted to do, and I didn't do it, which was donate artwork. I have like no time to do artwork now. Maybe I can do something really quick. Okay. Oh my god. So many windows. So many windows. I know, now all I can think of is I don't know why I always draw the moon. I always do. I feel like I draw the moon more than I draw like the sun. But you figure, oh, that was another thing I wanted to do. Oh, but then it becomes Christmas. No, we're gonna leave it. I was gonna put. Sometimes I put little Easter eggs in the back. I did that with one of the covers I did. One of the. Oh, actually, I could. Oh, maybe I should donate that. That's a portfolio piece. Okay. All right, let's let it dry for a sec. I mean, I lightly penciled all that, so I wouldn't think that that would be too crazy. Where are we at time-wise? Okay. Probably going to... We're going to call the stream in a minute. But don't worry. I'll still be working. I will still be working. That is not a problem. I got plenty of work to do. Alright. Dun dun dun. Do, 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 do. Alright. I keep doing red and... Alright, let's do Spidey first, and then we'll figure out my city. Now for the it's black. That's what I thought. So I'm gonna keep those little. I like artists that do that, where they keep like little. Sometimes they'll keep a little sheen in between some of the Spidey layers because it gives a sense of light in there. All right, I've sort of changed my mind a couple of times on how I'm going to do this. First I was like, oh, I'm going to do it where I'm going to keep part of the white. And then I started to just color in all of Spider-Man. So, I don't know. I'm like kind of making up my mind here. But I'm definitely going to keep this side a little lighter. There, I didn't want to just go the whole distance. Because by doing the whole thing, he's going to look so much more like Spider-Man. Okay, so See, and this is why I love Spider-Man, because you can definitely cheat. You're coloring a little bit because you can actually use the coloring to try to get your anatomy right. Just a tiny bit. Okay. I may actually leave a little bit of this, so I'm going to probably color all of that. Yeah, so all this we're going to color. But as we get to this side, I'm probably not going to color it. Just to give a sense of some light hitting. Because then light's going to be hitting them from that way. Yeah. I gotta remember these are reverse. I'm gonna have to do something different with his scarf. I think it's gonna be the yellow, yellow and red, yellow and blue is what I meant to say. Which are his school colors from his high school. So I'm gonna rock that for good old Pete. Dun 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 dun. Oh damn it! All right, so I screwed one thing up, but I can fix that by doing this, and we're gonna go that way to keep some. So remember how I was saying I like to leave that white there. This was the reason, because when you're doing Spider-Man, when you get to certain areas, you need the white to show you what you're doing. So you got to leave the white in between the fingers because that's the highlight. And you need to leave it down here because then when you go to do it, everything's just going to connect red. I like to do it in this other way, and then I'm going to give a little highlight there, and then I'm going to go up to the knuckle for the rest of that. And then for this, because it's in a shadow area, we're going to get all of this to be red. And then I'll do a darker red for under there. Am I getting to the back of the card? Not too much. Okay. It's the first card I did where something is like right on the edge of the card. So I have to be mindful of that. And then we don't see the underneath of that arm. So this... Oh no, this is all going to be red. But I'm going to go up to here, and then I'm going to leave that. And then this is going to be mostly red. And then this is going to all have to be red. I'm going to go into here. But I'm going to leave part of that red not red. So he's got a nice little, he's got some bands of highlights. Go back in and just fix these little dots that I missed. I love alcohol markers because they're so easy to work with. And obviously his Santa hat has to have some red in it. We're going to give that shading. You know, it's funny. I was at Michael's and there was a giant organizer for markers. I think I'm going to go back and buy it because I kind of feel like I do need it. All right. And then let me see that Iceman again. I mean, really, that's the blue, but I'm gonna. All right, so we got to go baby blue, which is this blue, and then I got to go dark blue, which is this blue. Okay. So I'm gonna go mostly baby blue for the blue spots. This is more, now he's looking more like classic Spider-Man. I'm going to get him a little bit more normal Spider-Man in a minute. So that's all of his blue bits. And then I think for the scarf, what I'm going to do is go... I'm going to go this blue. Okay, that blue. And then technically that would be yellow. Which means this would be another blue. And then this would be another blue. I really should charge like this particular one. I probably should charge a little bit more because it is a little bit more complicated. It's not as simple as the other ones, but I had fun doing it. I feel like it's gonna get. I feel like this one's gonna sell really quick because who the heck doesn't like Spider-Man? Like who the heck is gonna walk up and be like, I don't want the Spider-Man one. Yellow. I feel like this yellow is starting to fade. No, this is a very nice yellow. Okay. In fact, I think this was a brand new yellow. I think last show is when I used this yellow. I think I replaced it. I am a pretty big fan of Copics, but I am exploring other markers because they are by far the most expensive. I think this is pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie. Oh no. Alright, so they're not supposed to do that. You should be able to go over Micron with an alcohol marker, but technically, what a lot of people do, which is the way I should be working, and I don't work that way, but you really should work that way, is I should be doing the coloring before I ink when you're using these kind of markers, but I don't. I just do it. I think this is super, super dope. Alright, we still got time. We're good. I didn't think I was going to really love this this card out of all the cards because I was like, it's a little bit more complicated, but I really do like this card. I think this came out really, really cool. Alright, let's get back to Spider-Man. I jumped the gun and went to other stuff. I don't remember what this is like. Oh, actually, this might be a good. This might be a good. I just want to see. I'm going to put it in here. Oh, that's too dark. Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit more subtle. So what I was going to do was give him more of the comic treatment with like the muscle side of things, but we're not really seeing a lot of that blue, but I wanted to just give like a little nod to a more traditional comic. Okay. So we're going to do something similar. I'm just going to leave, yeah, just a little bit of a sign of a all right. We have ourselves a Spider-Man. Okay, now, what's going to be interesting is this is the first time I'm going to have to go in with the Micron pen and just color in some things, because the spider, and it's like it's like a much more thinner bodied spider. So the spider and his eyes. I always forget that for Spider-Man they're black. For Peter, they're black. It's Miles who has the gray ones, or red. Depends on the costume. And I should say it depends on the costume for Peter too, because Peter doesn't always have just black. But for more traditional Spider-Man, they are just black. And again, guys, I do apologize to those who maybe came to the stream. I know I said I was going to do that Warhammer playmat. I promise next week we'll probably do it, but I just couldn't do it today. I had to really pivot and shift gears and work on this stuff. So again, I'm very, very sorry to those who might have come thinking that was what we were gonna do today. Yeah, the minute we do something with a comic book character, it gets so much more complicated. That's funny. So you guys can see, like, all I've been doing is revising this. But obviously graphically it looks good. This looks really nice. This is a really nice card. Like, I'm super, super happy with how this came out. That's why I love doing commissions for people. Commissions are my favorite thing to do. I love doing commissions because then both you and I, as in the person who I'm doing the commission for, can have fun with that commission. And now what you guys are seeing me doing is I'm embellishing this Spider-Man even more to get more detail into some of the areas. So I'm getting some of the wrinkles and some of the things. So now it's starting to look more like the traditional Spider-Man by revising. So like sometimes even my like that's one of the things about my style that's really helpful, is that I can use it to block out really fast things, and then through revision I can really go the extra mile with it. And bring a different sense of what you're gonna see. So I'm gonna do this because I think that's what I want. Let me see. This is... Yeah, because I could always. I'm gonna get it darker as it goes down, but I want to do this. In fact, you know what? I could just keep streaming. I don't even have to stop streaming. Now that I just thought about that, because I'm going to be doing this all night. So, and then we could just transition right into painting. Nah, I want to cut the stream so that we can transition over to the painting stuff. Oh, this is so good. This card in particular is awesome. I'm really, really happy with this card. I'm actually going to post this on my Instagram when I'm finished. I have to post for the show anyway, so. This is awesome. This is crazy. I love it. I would be very surprised if someone doesn't nab this card. And I guess if anybody out there is like really down for doing like a custom greeting card, I never thought of doing those. Like making custom greeting cards. But that would be the key, is that they would have to be like customized for you. So like I couldn't mass produce these, because that's by the way, if you ever wondered why at a show an artist can draw a character that they've had nothing to do with, that is the reason why. Because it is a one-off original piece of artwork. It's not. And I have to say, I gotta give Michael some credit, because I bought these cards over there, and they're really good. They don't bleed through. They're really good to draw on. It's cardstock, so it's like nice. It's like, kind of Bristol boardish, which is nice to draw on. It's nice, nice thick paper to draw on. So I gotta say, I was gonna order artist cards, but then I went there and I found these, and I was like, oh, okay. don't know where I'm going to sign this. Just realized that. I went a little too overzealous with the black. I went a little too overzealous with the black, but I was trying to do it so a lot of the Spider-Man bits would bleed through. But I kind of went a little too nuts. I don't know what you guys think. I feel like I might have went a little too nuts. I feel like this needs to go a different way. Because I wanted to frame all of him in that. Because it's a nice dark color, so he would, he'll pop a little bit more. And also just to give, I have to do blue in those stars. All right, I'm going to let that dry. But I hope you guys think that looks dope, because I do. I think that looks amazing for a card. I think that looks amazing for a decent sketch. Or not sketch, but, something more polished. I'm loving how these cards are turning out. They're better than I expected them to be. So, we're going to keep going. But I am going to call the stream here, guys. I do have to get some things together and take a break. I want to give my hands a break, give myself a break. I don't think I can sign this one. My signature will be kind of in the way. I don't want to put it up where Spider-Man is. If I had done it in white, I don't have any white gel pens. Maybe my family has some, but I don't think I have any white pens. Oh, I'm hearing things that sound like people are saying stuff. Oh no. No. All right. All right. This I'm pumped by this. I'm super pumped by this. This is awesome. This is really, really awesome. Is this that really dark blue? So I have light coming from this side. It's a very, very dark blue. Okay. All right. This is awesome. This is freaking awesome. All right. I'm not going to do too much. I don't want to go crazy. I just want to give... like a little bit of a hint of some shadow. Even if it's like scratchy little shadows in the scarf. Those are good. And they'll be like wrinkles too, so. I know, it just keeps getting better, guys. This is like so freaking awesome. There are a couple things I have to do to it, but it's pretty much done. I love this trick. And I hope for anybody that is watching that maybe is like a normal frequenter of our painting streams, I hope, like, because I say it a lot when I paint, and I go, it's the same principles. It's the same fundamental principles of, you know, when you do fine art. It's the same thing. Like, and the painting principles when you do minis is the same painting principle when you do, same design and color principle when you do stuff like this. It's all the same stuff. So you guys are seeing me do exactly what I do when I paint. I put a yellow, and then I take an orange, and then I use the orange to darken the shadow areas. It's the same concept. You layer the color so you have darker to lighter, so your eye travels and moves around what you're seeing. Yeah, these are gonna be fun. They're little pops of color because there's snowflakes falling. So I did those as snowflakes, and I was gonna deliberately do these as like scene snowflakes, and then we're gonna have smaller snowflakes. Oh my god, this thing is so amazing. I'm having too much fun with this thing. All right, I need to stop. This is freaking awesome. I definitely got to take a picture of that for the Instagram. I mean, they're all really good, but like, I mean, that one, it just felt like it needed to be grander. I mean, they're all really nice in their own way, but obviously a lot of them are a little bit more simplistic. But I want to, like, the part of it is also, I want to capture the motif of what I'm drawing. So if I'm doing something that's Marvel related, like this looks more comic book-ish now. Like I wanted the two, like the Iceman I did, and that to look more like a Marvel comic. You know, like more with the shading and the shadowing that you would normally see in comic books. Whereas the other ones are more like Disney or design or fun. But these are coming out amazingly well. I did that one. That was pretty fast. And that was me doing like everything on the card too. Well, we actually got 2 cards done. So these are not taking me long at all to do, which is great. And then just so you guys can see, we finished this on the last stream. There's our Eevee card, which is pretty awesome. I sketched that up really quick before I left for my errands. Which, that officially is, I think that's 10 of them. So I want to do at least 5 more. So, but I love the artwork that we've done so far. So thank you guys for watching, as always. Reminder, when we come back tonight, I have the sealed poke. We're going to do a little bit of a pokey stream. So I'm going to be doing live unboxing of this mystery CG Seed Pokemon card. I've also grabbed a couple of more goodies with some Pokemon cards. So we'll open up some more vintage Pokemon cards with that, and then we're going to do some painting. So I'll see you guys at the next video. And you guys, please come back at 11 when we come back and do our pokey and painting. And we may do some more of this. You may see me live streaming tomorrow, which I don't normally do a live stream in the daytime. But if I got to work on show stuff, you might as well come for the ride. All right, take care, guys. I'll see you at the next video.